Welcome back to The Truth Hurts. We expose corrupt politicians and lying corporate media. I'm Jake Duesenberg, your host. We're broadcasting live from Roseville, Minnesota, in the heart of the beast. Join me, as always, half of the political junkies, William Beck. How you doing, Mr. Straight-Laced?
Oh, yeah, I just noticed Jesse's not here today.
Oh, you
Weird.
did just notice that. My God. Yes, he's up in northern Minnesota, his home. Coming back from Israel, reading your comments, let us know where you're watching from and what you want to talk about today, is none other than Bridget. How you doing, Bridget?
I'm doing fabulous and happy to be back.
I'm happy
Although
to have you
I do
back.
miss Israel.
Yeah, what's that?
I said, although I do miss Israel. It was a really cool place.
How long were you there?
10 days.
Okay.
It's like you got a bit of a tan.
Actually, that's from yesterday.
I was gonna say, yeah, a lot of us got tans in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Run the dials, as always, is Deep State Dawson. How you doing there, buddy?
I'm doing okay. Not too bad.
Okay.
I'm pushing buttons.
Well,
to add today?
There we go. Let's get right into it. Judge blocks Biden White House from further First Amendment infringements. You can read along at actionforliberty.com if you're listening. We're pointing to an article here in the visual, but of course you could just go to actionforliberty.com and read the story. This is a cool story. Okay. Now, first of all, let me build this storyline for you. Bridget, you kind of, like, we found you because you were against vaccine mandates, right? Like, that was kind of the thing, big anti-mask. William, of course, we knew about you, but, you were there with us. Jesse literally dropped out of law school because of the vaccine mandate. So that's kind of like our storied history when it comes to post-COVID, right? And so we obviously have a popular Facebook page, right? I think we spent north of $50,000 on that Facebook page over time. Dawson, if you go down a little bit on this article, you can see a hyperlink. That first one loses its popular Facebook page. So this is what it looked like. This is crazy. If you guys didn't see this, and some of you guys probably have, you got scrubbed off the internet. This is what happens to you when the powers to be at the social media company say, we're done with you. And it just basically is a post. When you go to your page, it says your page has been unpublished. This is because Action for Liberty goes against our community standards on graphic violence. Now, by the way, what the hell are they even talking about? Graphic violence. They make up bullshit reasons and you can't appeal. There's like no appeal process, right? Mm-hmm. Now, back out of this, and there was another page that we helped manage. I'm sorry, a Facebook group. And this was like Rally for V Choice is what they called it. Okay.
They couldn't say vaccine because, it'd get banned. Can we say that word on YouTube and not get banned?
I know.
YouTube's changing. Well, yes, now we can.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, apparently the Biden administration can't do anything about it because they're getting blocked by a judge. Although maybe they could do it on their own. And this said, Rally for V Choice, and once again, great point, can't say vaccine. So Rally for Vaccination Choice, Minnesota goes against our community standards on drugs. On drugs. What are they talking about?
If anything, it's like an anti-drug page,
Yeah, that's so crazy. Oh, man. Ashley and
Samantha.
Sorry, Sam. Forgot her name for a second. I haven't talked to her in a while. But, yeah, you guys were pushing cocaine, I guess. It's not just the White House. By the way, I got to mention this before we really get into the story here. Do you think this whole cocaine found at the White House is just one big way to get us paying attention to this, right? We should just lead the news coverage for a week. Well, how does cocaine get in the White House? That should be the big story. Meanwhile, it's like, what are they doing over here? Does it feel like that's always what's going on here, or is that just me?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I feel like the Biden administration doesn't want the attention on Hunter Biden. You know what I mean? Because that's where everyone's mind goes to.
They're never going to get to him, right?
Well, yeah, but like everyone kind of knows it's Hunter Biden.
No, we don't. We don't know. I mean,
Could be Joe.
That would be a story.
You got topless transgenders. I mean, there's crazy characters that are going to the White House.
Well, in fact, they don't want anybody to even think about Joe Biden's 7th grandson. Or no, it's a granddaughter. That they're officially disavowing. You guys have heard about it.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Well, Hunter Biden had a daughter out of wedlock.
Yep. Oh, okay. Yep.
And Joe Biden refuses to even acknowledge that she exists. This is becoming like a big political talking point.
Where is this talking about? I haven't even heard.
People in the comments will back me up on this.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah, I know the story. Yeah, that they basically deny it, but I didn't know this was a big thing.
K Walls here. He was a $10 Rumble rant. He said, "Cheers. Did anybody find the cocaine I dropped?"
Problem solved.
Tucker says, "Yeah, you left it at my place."
But don't you see what I'm saying? I don't think they're going to solve this here because their motivation is, where did this cocaine come from? Like, we got to find the cameras and stuff like that, and they'll milk it out. Well, we've been scrubbing through the cameras, and they'll feed a little to the news outlets every day to keep our attention on that.
Well, if that's the case, what are they trying to cover up right now?
That's the question. You know, I'm looking at all this stuff. The submarine, which they knew, they knew like the week before, right? They concluded that they died. The UFO stories, like all this stuff. It's like you guys are just covering for other stories that are more important. That's the way I look at it. This one's a big one, in my opinion. I don't know. Have you guys in the comment section, let us know. Have you even heard this story about Biden administration has been blocked here? So once again, we were at the heart of this matter. Speaking truth, you know, us conspiracy theorists who happen to be right about everything, okay? 'Cause I literally think we've been proven right about almost all this stuff. So they scrub us off the internet. We learned from the Twitter files that it was actually the Biden White House that went to these social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter and said, we need you to remove these posts, which is a blatant violation of the First Amendment, where it says that the government can't infringe on the right to free speech and religion and, of course, assembly and the freedom of the press. In our case, I guess there's an argument for the press too, right? And the judge that ruled in this is a 150-page long letter, says the Biden White House, and this is a quote, blatantly ignored the First Amendment's right to free speech when targeting primarily conservative social media users like Action. Okay, so I'm paraphrasing on that one. But he called it the most, and this is quote, most massive attack against free speech in the United States, which is in the United States history, like all history. I don't know.
Well, this is just a temporary injunction, right? And then the judge is going to make a final ruling coming up.
Yes, and what I think needs to happen is a bunch of suits, and I think maybe we should be part of this because it actually changed our operations tremendously,
right?
When you scrub us off the internet, basically, which Facebook was a big part of that.
Well, so we know that Katie Hobbs, the Secretary of State in Arizona at the time, was in contact with Twitter asking them to scrub election stuff or anti-vax stuff. You got to wonder if the same thing happened in Minnesota, if Governor Walz was talking to these Twitter companies and saying, hey, this person's spreading disinformation. Can you please? Or, hey, they're giving me a hard time.
Yeah, I think, it's a very good question. I guess I don't know how that works legally. Like, there's discovery, so how do you allege something that we don't know?
Right.
But, and it's certainly, I think this started from leaks. That's how this lawsuit started in 2022, and they were granted discovery. Okay, so then they learned, and this is what allowed the judge to conclude it. I mean, this was pretty huge stuff. This, by the way, I didn't mention this. Brought to you by the Missouri Attorney General, what's his name, Bailey, Andrew Bailey, and Louisiana AG Jeff Landry, and this is in the District Court for the Western District of Louisiana, so U.S. Court. So this is what they said. Virtually all their free speech suppressed was conservative free speech. Now, I don't know what that means. Like, there are a lot of people in the movement that I don't know if you would categorize them as conservatives. It's the new conservatives, or what do they call it? The alt-right is how they label it. I don't think they were traditionally conservative, right? We certainly are. But the judge concludes it's been mostly targeted towards conservatives. At least 22 times, the White House engaged in unrelenting pressure against tech companies. White House defendants engaged in coercion to induce social media companies to suppress free speech. The White House defendants made it very clear to social media companies what they wanted to suppress and what they wanted amplified, which is just crazy when you think about it. So not only are they suppressing free speech, they're also saying, hey, tell these lies, right? Mm-hmm. Faced with unrelenting pressure from the most powerful office in the world, the social media companies apparently complied. We all know this story at this point. Twitter files detail that. All right, then this is why I voted for Trump in 2020, right? It's like, honestly, I got some issues with Trump. Certainly what he did during COVID, right? Increasing the money supply, all that kind of stuff. But in the end of the day, it was like a protest vote against the left-wing media and what they did. And so they used the Hunter Biden laptop story. It says, the Hunter Biden lab story was real and not mere Russian disinformation, and the FBI's failure to alert social media companies to this fact is particularly troubling after the FBI had falsely suggested to social media companies that the Hunter Biden laptop story was fake. After the Hunter Biden laptop story broke on October 14th, 2020, and by the way, right, would have changed the election outcome most likely, FBI agent Laura Demlow refused to comment on the status of the Hunter Biden laptop in response to a direct inquiry from Facebook, although the FBI had the laptop in its possession since December of 2019. So when Trump talks about the election basically was stolen from me and alludes to this, that's what happened. Is literally, now this is obviously not the Biden White House here. This is now looking at high officials in the FBI, but they were basically trying to overthrow the Trump's reelection. Okay?
Right.
A couple other things in here. Former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki issued a threat of legal consequences to social media companies if they do not censor misinformation more aggressively, right? And then the motivation of Dr. Anthony Fauci and other defendants was specifically a takedown of protected free speech. So even, and I think Fauci was deposed already. I want to say I saw that somewhere. I'm not seeing it in my notes here. And you could read this on actionforliberty.com. So the Biden administration apparently is now prohibited by injunctive, what is that called? Injunctive relief or injunctive action, whatever. Obviously not a lawyer here, but they cannot censor your speech using social media platforms. Will that stop them?
Well, it's funny. I think they had a meeting scheduled with Facebook for like this week, and supposedly they canceled it.
No kidding.
Yeah. I don't know when this week they're supposed to have it, but...
And people are alluding to this story is the reason being, or what?
Well, yeah, they're not alluding to it. It's like, that's why they canceled it.
Oh, interesting. And this is also on the launch of, what is that called? Thread? What is the new
Threads.
Twitter, what is it called?
Threads.
Threads?
Mm-hmm. From Facebook.
Gotcha. What are people saying here? Let's go to some comments.
K. Wall says, Glenn Greenwald isn't conservative. RFK Jr. isn't conservative. Both were censored. And then Tucker says they go against the narrative, so they make them conservative in communist eyes. And then Beth Moy says, K. Wall is right. People speaking the truth are censored.
Yeah, I mean, RFK, not a conservative, Glenn Greenwald, Matt Taibbi, not conservatives at all, right? Mm-hmm. But, Matt Schellenberger, there's so many more. Who's that guy that did... why is the name slipping my mind? He's probably like the foremost on vaccine adverse effects as a journalist. He's got a Substack. Name is totally slipping my mind right now.
I'm not sure about him, but they also censored, Robert Malone. I don't think he's
there. You go, Robert.
Oh, yeah, he was
Malone.
like super political.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Of course, they're all getting categorized as alt-right nowadays because of this craziness.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, and what I want to see is not just an injunctive action against the Biden administration, because in many regards it seems like the damage has already been done. I don't know if they're like really going after censorship now, although with that being said, they're probably going to do it in this election, right? Because that's really what they care about, is getting reelected. So who's to say they don't do this again?
Right.
No, I was thinking this weekend, I've been having a lot of conversations with people. Where are your guys' heads at right now in terms of what's going on with the Biden White House? Because that could be the other angle of cocaine at the White House, is they really are trying to get rid of Joe Biden.
Oh, gosh.
It's pretty crazy, all this stuff against him.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, I mean, like, Hunter Biden, I thought it was kind of a nothing burger back in 2020, but the fact that these big tech firms censored this big story, that kind of says a lot. That would have changed a couple votes. Maybe they're dragging all this stuff back up now because they do want to get rid of him.
I think let's see, we got the investigations on Hunter Biden right now by congressional Republicans, which seems like there's some pretty damning information. Also, there's cocaine found in the White House. What else are the other things that they
the Hunter Biden video going 170 miles per hour with smoking crack?
I wasn't aware of that one. 170 miles an hour?
It was some
actually driving that fast?
Speed, yeah.
That's
that was all on his
insane.
laptop from another leak.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's the thing is...
Like, he took a picture of himself with a crack pipe and, like, speeding down the road.
Have you ever seen that
I don't know
video?
how he's not dead.
Have you ever seen that
Yeah.
video of like Biden in the 1994 like a drug bill? He's arguing that like if you have an ounce of cocaine or whatever it is, you should be in prison for 5 years. And now the media's just like, oh, well, this story of Hunter Biden is a dad and his long lost son who's struggling with drug addiction. It's like he's a monster. He's a hypocrite. He's a monster.
Yep.
It's like, God.
Yep.
Oh, these
He
freaking
is a
crazies.
monster.
All right, let's talk about some other crazy here. Okay, you wrote a story. We got to talk about this. There's a thing going on in Chaska this weekend. Tell me about this.
Yeah, I hit up my friend who lives in Chaska. I'm like, have you ever been to this children's clothing shop? He's like, no, I've never heard of it before this story. So you might accidentally be giving them some free press, but that's all right. Let's pull up the story here. Little Ruse, it's a clothing shop in Chaska, is hosting a drag story hour. Now, we wrote a story about this a couple months back, I think back in May. But the mainstream media is covering it now because, this shop has a TikTok account, and they filmed an angry mom coming into the store and complaining about the drag show. And they posted this TikTok. It has like 3 million views, has 500,000 likes. And now the mainstream media is giving them a bunch of free press too. They're doubling down on their support of this drag event they're having this coming Saturday at 11 o'clock. They're doing a drag story hour. Let's scroll down here. I want to show you the drag queen that's performing.
Is this misdiagnosis?
Misdiagnosis. Yep, you see all the pride flags in the background there. This person's I think it's a he. This person's
Wait, why
Facebook-
did you say you think it's a he? That's what a drag queen
Yeah,
is. It's a he.
Well, no, but you look at the guy's profile and it like looks like a woman when they're not wearing makeup. So I actually don't.
Oh,
know.
really?
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about that before in our show prep. We were talking about he. No, that's the other one.
Oh, you know what? I think NPR did call him a he.
NPR called him a he. Yeah.
So
And I
just
was
a
like-
very feminine-looking man, unfortunately.
But hold
For
on.
him.
But no, that might give credit to what you're saying though. Is that it's actually a she? Well, hold on. Wasn't that called a drag king?
Yeah, then it had to be a drag king.
But then
I
you
don't
dress
know,
up
it's so
like a
messed up.
man, right? If you were a drag king.
Right.
Yeah.
Dawson's our drag queen expert.
Hold
so he
on.
can tell
So
us more.
wait. So you think? Hold on. So there's a chance this is a woman who's a transgender man who's going back to drag. Is that what we're saying?
You know what? Anything's
It's
possible.
really possible in this world.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what you're alluding to, right? Like this is
Sure.
This is actually
Whatever makes
she?
me sound smarter here. I don't know.
No. This is discovery. We have no idea on this one.
Yeah.
But that's not what you think is happening here, right? You
Well,
really think it's a
I don't know. It probably is a dude who dresses up as a woman.
okay, but
Who's
it's very
obsessed
feminine looking.
with gender ideology, the LGBT stuff. I mean, again, I linked to their Facebook profile.
Did you
in
just
the,
say
in the
their
article.
Facebook?
We've had this
The
conversation
store,
before.
right?
No, I was
You're saying
talking
this
about
person?
this person. Yeah.
Oh, there.
Because now we don't know.
Gosh.
See, no, Jake gets onto us when we use they
Yes,
pronouns, but
because-
it's actually very common if if you're just talking about someone
Oh, that's
generally.
true.
Well, weren't you
Even-
talking about the Facebook page being in their possession? So it's their Facebook page?
No, he's talking about.
I'm talking about the drag queen.
Misdiagnosis. Guys, it's very important we don't misgender somebody. All right.
Well, no, and I'm not intentionally trying to. I get the joke.
No,
I'm
it's
not
not
a
a joke.
PC
I am
person, so when I
serious.
say they, I don't want you to think I'm being PC because I'm not.
I'm just saying you're misgendering this individual. This individual goes by he, according to NPR. Who also wrote-
NPR is the arbitrator of all truth. As we
Yes.
know.
Well, we do need to find out the pronouns. Does misdiagnosis have? No, I don't want to know if it's got. It's got a. It's so,
That's what I end up doing, just like automatically. I just like
It's-
it.
it's so weird. It's so weird.
it is.
And
weird,
quite
Jake.
frankly, William, I don't care. Like, go do this stuff with other adults. It doesn't matter to me. Like, you're crazy. It's queer, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't you go do your nightclub stuff? Why do you keep doing it in front of children? What is going on with this? It's got to be like sexually gratifying for these people to perform in front of children.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you look at some of these photos, like there's very sexual connotations. You can scroll back up to the top for one the most sexual picture in that post. Like you see how some of these people
Wait, is that
are
a child
posing?
in that photo?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just a tiny woman,
Wow.
or maybe a
Be
teenager.
right back.
I actually don't know.
That looks like a drag king.
See, there we go. Anyway, it's just a very sexual connotation to it. Like it's borderline burlesque, I think, and these burlesque shows are being performed in front of children, and parents actually bring their kids to these things. It's just weird.
They are weird.
Scroll back down.
What is that flag, by the way? The red, or black, purple, white, and yellow?
Non-binary, I think.
Yeah, I think that's either agender or non-binary. I was looking these up. I was looking for the MAPS flag in there, but I couldn't find. That's the pedophile flag.
Yep, you're right. Non-binary flag. That's what it is.
So yeah, scroll back down past that. So this is one of the books being read, and we actually watched this in our morning meeting. We watched the author read the book, and the book is called "The Hips on the Drag Queen Go Swish, Swish, Swish." Don't even read it just to see what it's about, because it's not worth it. Don't give them the free read or the free buy or whatever. It's just a weird book with weird illustrations, and it's. Do we just want to play the video?
We have to play the video.
I think we have to play the video.
First of all, I love the best part of your article. Scroll up a little bit there. This is my favorite part of the article, William. William talks because we were very critical of the book. He goes, the books being read are The Hips on the Drag Queen Go Swish, Swish, Swish. Our team read it and was not impressed by illustrations nor the lack of plot.
No, there's no plot. Like we were talking about a lot of kids' books. Like they introduce a problem, and then they solve the problem, and everyone lives happily ever after.
There's
there's just nothing going on with this book. It's weird.
There's two things about our job today. I haven't even told you about this, Bridget. So first of all, we were discussing children's books. Seems like that's our job today. And secondly is buying movie tickets, so these guys can go watch Sound of Freedom, because we want to give you guys a movie review. So I think, would you guys like that? It's a movie review of The Sound of Freedom. Jim Caviezel, like Mr. Blacklisted in Hollywood for portraying Jesus Christ and
I'm going tonight, actually.
The Passion, and that was 2004.
Oh, you should get Bridget to do the review with you.
Are you free tomorrow?
I'm going tonight, but...
Are you free to come in the studio and give your review?
I work tomorrow.
You work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. What time?
Till 3, I think, in the morning.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Jake,
You work till 3 in the morning?
No. From morning till 3.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What
I also have bad news. I didn't realize that I'm not free after 2:30 today.
Dentist time.
So he's telling you he's cutting you off short.
Wait, what did you
guys-
say?
He said dentist time. It took me a second there.
Well, you know when you're 2:30,
2:30.
it's time to go to the dentist.
Dude.
Yes. Isn't that great? What a great joke there.
K. Wall
he's
says,
done-
review of
crazy.
Sound of Freedom would be good.
Well, here's the
T-Wall
problem.
and I haven't seen it.
Yeah, here's the problem. It's only going to be me now, because apparently no one else can do it. William's so selfish. He's getting married this weekend, so he's got groom duties. Bridget's going to watch it, but apparently we're not going to get a review because she's too busy. And I'm going at like 10 tonight, so...
we could do like a Zoom meeting review of it.
Make Dawson go with you.
We got this great studio, and we're going to do a Zoom review? Oh, man. Maybe well, you know what? I guess we could Zoom in William.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
but that shouldn't be the inaugural episode of it.
Yeah.
Or we could wait till Monday.
No, we got to do it for the weekend.
I don't think that you do. Need
And you
to
can't do
that.
it Monday.
Even if you watch him.
Hold on, you can't do it Monday.
Oh, you're right. I can't do it Monday.
Don't you know about a
Don't you go on
honeymoon?
a
He's got a honeymoon.
It's funny. I was telling these guys that we're so focused on the wedding, we don't have like an itinerary for the honeymoon, so we're just gonna play it by ear. But what was I gonna say?
You should tell your wife at the time, still 24
Right.
hours or so. What? No, it's Thursday, guys.
Are we gonna do a review for the Barbie movie when it comes out?
Yes.
A review for
Yes.
the what?
The Barbie movie.
Did you know there's
What? Why
one
would
of
we
the
do that?
sidekicks is a trans person? So
Who?
people are like up in arms about it
Oh,
now.
really?
Who?
Yeah,
I know
one of
the
them, like
movie
the
got
3
banned in
sidekicks is like a
Vietnam.
trans.
Should we do
woman.
that? Should we do movie? That should just be our thing. Do movie reviews with everything.
Well, we should go. So we should go from Barbie right to Oppenheimer.
Okay, so
I'm gonna
I
give a
actually
review of both movies.
that Friday I took off like a month ago. I'm going to see a double feature. 10 a.m. I'm going to see Oppenheimer. Gonna see Barbie, like
believe Josh
immediately
wants to
after
see
that. And then there's a video game coming out that day. That's a big deal, and I'm gonna do that the rest of the day.
What theater are you going to?
I don't know.
AMC Rosedale, I think.
Oh, okay.
Dawson, why are you seeing Barbie?
Why are you so intrigued
No,
about the
no,
Barbie
Barbie.
movie?
You guys watched the trailer?
No.
It looks
Apparently-
freaking hilarious.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
All right, pull up the trailer. This is crazy.
Okay, give me.
Let's see if we're
Gosh.
losing viewers quick before we.
No, but this is a thing that people are wanting to boycott it now because they're making the trailer seem all happy and fun and just,
Yeah.
you know, very
Is there
innocent.
a trans person in it? I had
But
no
yeah,
idea.
like one of the
Well,
main
of
people
course,
in it
they
is a
have to be.
trans.
Yeah, you got to put
And
trans
it's like
people
all cutesy pink fun, but
Oh,
then it's really
really?
like trying to make it normal that there's a trans woman.
in. They should,
I
have,
actually did not know this.
they should have Miss Hot Mess in it. Although maybe the Miss Hot Mess isn't a trans person. It's just a
Oh, you're talking about the author
drag,
of this
yeah,
book.
drag person.
Hey,
Yeah.
$10 from Napkin Eater 79 says congratulations, William.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, Saturday.
$10 for your honeymoon, I guess, right?
Yeah,
All right, let's see this.
T-Wall says I can
Oh, wait, I
barely
gotta
get
put-
through the preview for that awful movie.
Oh.
Well, so far I like it.
Hey Barbie,
Oh no, this isn't the trailer. This is like the.
can I come to your house?
You gotta
today?
watch like the plot trailer.
I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. You should stop by.
Wait. Stop. That's
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
So
Margot
already an
Robbie.
incentive for us
And-
guys to go see it.
Yes.
The dude from Notebook, right?
Ryan Gosling?
Is he not in the Notebook?
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
I haven't seen it.
Shoot, I almost
I
got
have
him on
seen it,
that
but I
one.
don't remember.
Another reason for guys to go. It's Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, from what I have seen,
why Dawson's
is
going.
freaking hilarious in this movie.
Yeah, it's a funny movie.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. I'm skeptical.
You should stop by.
So cool.
It's the best day ever. It is the best day ever. So is yesterday, and so is
That's the
tomorrow,
trans
and
person,
everything
right?
from Now till forever.
Supposedly.
You guys
No, that might
thinking
be.
about dying? Some things have been happening that might be related. Cold shower, falling off my roof, and my heels are on the ground. What do I have to do? You have to go to the real world. You can go back to your regular life, or you can know the truth.
Oh,
about
that's
the
great.
universe.
She's in it.
The choice is now yours. The first one, the high heel. You have to want to know, okay? Do it again. Closer I am to find. Closer I am to find.
I'm coming with you.
Okay. Wow, this is the real world. What's going on? Why are these men looking at me?
Also staring at me.
Oh man.
Barbie in the real world. That's impossible.
If this got out, this could mean extremely weird things for our world.
Will Ferrell's in it.
This would be catastrophic!
We haven't played with Barbie since we were like 5 years old. Oh.
No one rests until this dog is back in a box.
Humans only have one ending.
Get that Barbie!
Kiss forever.
See, it looks good.
All right. I stand correct. No, go ahead, play it out. I stand corrected here.
You do just one appendectomy,
But I'm a man.
but not a doctor.
Can I talk to a doctor?
You are talking to a doctor.
And I need a clicky pen?
No.
A sharp thing?
No.
There he is. Doctor!
Somebody get security.
Is Barbie if you still
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I never would have guessed that was that entertaining. It definitely
No, I
looks
wouldn't
funny.
have either. But like, people are really hyping it up.
Well, I mean, after you went to Taylor Swift, I was kind of like
Okay.
wondering. I don't know.
All
Do I
right.
listen to this
All
guy
right.
anymore? You know?
And
People,
Oppenheimer, I'm ignoring that one. Oppenheimer comes out the same weekend. So
I am
like,
not following Oppenheimer. What-
Oppenheimer comes out the same day,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, he just said he's gonna.
it's gonna be so good. It kind of sucks because they're releasing it in 75mm film too, like old movies, which have grain and stuff. But the closest one that's showing that is in Detroit, so I can't go to that one unfortunately. But
Or you can.
no,
Our viewers are not fans of it.
Not
At least
fans
Tucker
of the
said he needs
Barbie.
to go wash himself. He feels gay after watching it. And K Wall says at least she drives a Corvette, but not my cup of tea.
What's Oppenheimer? What's that movie?
Oppenheimer. So you know who Oppenheimer is?
Yes.
I Am
you
Become
took-
Death Guy. It's just the story about
Story
him
of Oppenheimer.
creating the
Okay,
bomb,
gotcha.
which is freaking sick because that story is fascinating. Like one of the biggest parts of the trailer is like, if we push this button, it's like there's a non-zero chance that we don't like destroy the Earth. Like,
it's a Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be so.
Well,
good.
fascinating stuff, guys. I just didn't realize all the stuff that's coming out, but obviously, Sound of Freedom. We want to go watch it. I guess we have logistical problems here that we'll have to discuss off air.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to bring you a movie review of it, so you know what we think.
So,
and I'll be honest, like I'm not gonna just puff it up. Obviously, I kind of want it to do well, right? Because, well, first of all, Jim Caviezel's a great actor.
Well, it's from a Christian film studio too.
Well, there you go. And didn't they buy it from Disney? Like Disney was originally going to produce it, and then they buy it. Now it's beating Indiana Jones, right?
It's because Indiana Jones is banned.
Oh, I thought that was a joke.
No, it's beating
it is
Indiana
beating-
Jones.
Oh, yeah, it is beating Indiana Jones.
Yeah, on the box office.
Yeah.
No, there's no joke here.
Well, they didn't
This
buy it
must
from
be
Disney.
dentist time.
Don't let me tell you which movies to enjoy and not enjoy. Don't go watch Indiana Jones. Don't let him die. Let him
I will
die.
be seeing Indiana Jones because Maya wants to see Indiana Jones, and I'm kind of curious if it's any good. Like it's gotten good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes.
Would
and
Maya go
IMDb.
watch this movie?
Barbie?
No.
Oh, the Jim Caviezel one? Yeah, no, we're totally gonna watch it. Probably not this weekend, just because we're busy.
Isn't it only in theaters for like a couple days?
Is it really?
I didn't think it's in for very long. Yeah.
Well, if it's selling, you would imagine it's going to be in for a while. If it's doing better than
Maybe
Indiana
they'll
Jones,
extend it, but
they want to make money, don't they? Actually, that's a valid question these days. I don't know. Do they want to make money?
Well, this studio probably does. Because they're a good movie studio.
Every
AMC?
studio wants to make money. What do you mean?
well, those are the theaters.
No, I'm saying, yeah, but it comes down to can the theaters or the theaters
Oh.
going to still show it?
Yeah.
Interesting
Apparently,
stuff.
they had that movie done in 2018, but it's taken this long to get it shown or something like that.
Well, I think Disney dropped it. All right, let's go
Yeah.
back to the hips on the drag queen. Go swish or swish. This is our review of the book. It sucks. Oh, that's how I got off on this tangent.
We watched the trailer for Barbie.
Yeah, if they,
We sometimes
if they
plan
only
these
know how
out.
our sync meetings go. Oh man! All right, let's get back on track here. Where I was going with this was we were reviewing kids' books, and now obviously I'm more intimate to kids' books than you here because you don't have little kids, but like I was explaining The Little Blue Truck, very good book, great book, well written, and basically the story's got a plot. He's very nice. He's friendly to everyone. Then he gets in a problem. He gets stuck in the muck, and all the helping hands of the people that he was nice to come and help him out. And so basically, it's showing that you should be nice and kind to other people, and therefore you'll get out of bad times with the help of those individuals. So, there's actually a plot there. Then we were talking about Dr. Seuss, right? And so we just took one, Green Eggs and Ham. This was apparently news to William. He didn't get the plot of that book, but this green stuff, I wouldn't possibly want to eat that green stuff. Not a chance, no way. And eventually he succumbs to the pressure or the insistence. I can't remember what the creature is, but saying you should eat the green eggs and ham.
Sam I Am.
Sam
Oh, yeah,
I
Sam I
am.
Am.
Well, because no one explained that as a kid. Like, I guarantee none of our parents said, see, this is why you should eat vegetables.
Well, they don't need to. Dr. Seuss told you in the words, and well, maybe they should have made that connection. I did that. As
I
a
never
parent.
made that connection.
But anyhow, then he tries it, and oh, by golly, they do taste good. Now, I am actually very honest with my kids here, okay? I say, this is what I say to, like, the 8 and 6-year-old. I go, listen, veggies, no one likes them. They're not that good tasting. But you got to eat some of them, right? It's good to eat some of these things because you get vitamins. I am just brutally honest with my kids because we don't like them. Do you guys like veggies?
I
And if
actually
you
love
say,
them.
before you answer that question, do you like veggies without ranch sauce on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer them without ranch.
Do you?
I like crave veggies if I don't have them.
But
Like what kind of veggies?
Like any of them. I don't know, broccoli.
And you would just eat broccoli?
Brussels
Hold on, what do you
sprouts.
eat in broccoli? Like take butter off of it?
Well, not
cheese?
plain. Of
That's
course
what.
I'm
That's
gonna-
the point.
Well,
What?
you don't eat anything plain. Do you eat your meat plain?
Yeah,
Is there
I would.
nothing?
Yeah.
Okay,
I-
well,
I
I
do
would
that
eat
too.
veggies plain, but I don't prefer it. I don't prefer any of my food totally
You don't put
plain.
salt and pepper on your steak?
well,
Well, okay, that's
Okay.
a fair
See,
point.
yeah, like
That's
I, was,
fair- yeah,
I would
all
eat
right.
broccoli with salt.
fair enough.
Well, but salt and pepper aren't doing anything. It's not like masking it with another
Right.
food.
Oh, I
Right?
don't mask it though. I
Why
like,
You
not?
actually
actually
don't-
genuinely like the taste of some veggies.
You don't need veggies, by the way. Beef has all the nutrients you need.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, it does.
What vitamin C
This
is
is
in
what.
beef?
Well, okay, fair enough. Like,
William,
it's not gonna have literally everything, but
He's got you on that one.
People on the carnivore diet seem to do fine.
Yeah, they do fine, but they should still supplement with some of the things they don't get from eating veggies.
Yeah, fair enough.
Vitamin D and such.
I think like the best diet, not everyone's the same, but I think like the best diet would be just eating meat with supplementing some veggies in it, right? And I don't mean salad with like ranch or Thousand Island, but like just, good veggies.
That's like pretty much exactly what I
veggies?
do right now.
I like broccoli, cauliflower. But my point is, I don't think you guys actually like that. I think you like the stuff you put on it.
No, I do
It's kind of like my
that.
theory on carrot cake. No one actually likes carrot cake.
That's like my favorite
No,
cake.
it's not.
Yes, it
No, it's
literally
not your
is.
favorite cake.
Yeah, it is.
No, here's what you like about carrot cake.
Well,
because
okay,
it's
the
so
cream
atrocious.
cheese-
Exactly, because
Yeah.
it's so atrocious, they
And it's
say the
moist.
best frosting for carrot cake. But no one likes carrot.
What's the frosting on carrot cake?
It's like a cream cheese something.
I like red velvet cupcakes with the cream cheese frosting.
Yes,
That's
and they
really
don't
good.
need as much because red velvet's wonderful tasting, but carrot cake, ugh.
Yeah,
It's so
gross.
moist.
And there are
It's like the
raisins
moistest
in there too. Can you believe
Yeah, I
that?
know. How could you make it worse? Let's put some nuts and raisins
We
in
were
this
making
stupid
fun of
thing.
Dawson because he brought in this big thing of carrot cake like a few months ago. He was just eating it in our morning meeting.
Oh, that's right.
This is where we had this
I
initial
forgot I did this
conversation.
carrot cake.
I want to
once.
point out this was before I started my diet, my training, and I took all the frosting off and ate it because it was good.
We're not judging you. It's just
No, I'm just proving.
we are
Jake
judging
wrong.
you for liking carrot cake.
Like
That's what we're
zucchini
judging
bread
you
is
for.
plain, and I love that.
Yeah, but that's bread. So once
Well-
you say cake, you can't throw some
There's
bullshit
sugar in there.
vegetables in it.
I guess there's sugar in bread too, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot.
true.
Of, yeah, especially at Subway, right?
There's
Yeah.
more sugar in more sugar in zucchini bread though, like a lot.
Okay. Well, all I'm saying is no one likes carrot cake. They like the frosting.
But what
okay?
you're
That's
saying is no
science.
one likes vegetables.
But
Yes,
I
because
like both.
vegetables
Without
suck.
stuff on
You
it.
like the stuff on vegetables. You got breaking news over there?
No.
Oh wait, you probably got wedding stuff. You're looking at your phone and you're like about to. I was like, he's about to talk. I'm like, oh, what are we gonna learn about? I was getting all excited.
No, I was just looking at the Rumble comments.
Oh, gotcha. Because you can answer the bride to be at any time. Like we're not gonna stop you from doing that.
Thank you for the permission to talk to my bride to be. Appreciate that.
You'll learn here soon. You don't get to call many shots ever again, there,
Yeah.
young one. All right, the hips on the drag queen go swish, swish, swish. Oh yeah, I was talking about
I
Dr.
put my
Seuss.
headphones on.
There's a
because
plot.
I'm never gonna watch it.
Hold on, we're getting to that. So this is our recap, okay? So we're doing movie reviews and we're doing kids book reviews. That's what we should do. We should do like a good kids book review and then a drag queen book, okay? There's no creativity to this book. Now the illustrations, I don't necessarily agree. The illustrations aren't terrible because they really do make these drag queens look hideous. So they did a good job at that. But it's literally the wheels on the bus go swish, swish, swish. That's all it is.
Go round.
Well, look at that. I'm already screwing it up because of this book. The wheels on the bus go round and round. That's what it is. So it's the hips on the drag queen go swish, 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 swish. That's all it is. So they just take the same song and apply it. Well, then if you think about it, there's no plot to this. Like, no character in here. There's like facing adversity and has to overcome it. Like, nothing here. Even those simple ones like the little blue truck or green eggs and ham, which eventually it says, oh, well, I tasted that and I actually do like that. It's a good story. Good story for little kids. This has nothing. All it is, hey, and this is the problem with this whole industry. It's like, we just have to be queer and out there and everyone will buy it up and who cares if it sucks, right? And that's happening in Hollywood too, by the way. Certainly, well, I guess that happens on our side too, right? That's the thing about this review. If we do this review, Sound of Freedom, I'm going to give you my honest review, okay? If it sucks, I'm going to let you know it sucks. I don't think it's going to suck.
I've heard good things about it.
I've heard good things, but we have the same temptation on our side to kind of go, oh, this was really good. Like, there was a movie, a comedian that just released a movie. Really love the comedian. Very good guy.
Bert Kreischer?
May not be that guy. Movie. I'm not going to do a review on that movie. I feel bad for him because
I heard it sucks.
It's not that good. It's not a good movie, right? But he's a great comedian and he's a wonderful person. The guy makes me laugh. But the movie just wasn't, unfortunately, that great.
Our first movie review right there.
No, okay. I'd feel bad for saying it. But he's kind of got to know.
I don't think he's going to see
Because I was thinking
this.
of that, like, no one's really talking about the movie, right? Because no one wants to hurt his feelings.
I think
Right?
if you're worried about hurting people's feelings, maybe movie reviews aren't like the thing you should do.
I hadn't thought
Makes
of
a
that
good
angle
point.
before, yeah.
I'm gonna tear into it if it's bad. If it's good,
Hey,
I'll
most
probably
of the
tear
time,
into
we
it
don't
still.
care about these Hollywood actors that typically do these movies.
Yes.
Tucker says the truth hurts.
Oh shit!
So he has
Totally
a
got
point.
called on
You
that
got
one.
called out for that one.
I got called on that one. Oh man! All right, the truth hurts. Fair enough. Burt Kreischer's movie not so good. Sorry. Go watch it. Support him. But yeah, just wasn't that impressed. I wanted to say it was the mood. The guy that I was with that night watching the movie with also didn't think so. So we'll see. But his last special, really good. Definitely go watch that on Netflix. All right. Hips on the Drag Queen goes swish to swish. Terrible. There you go. Boom. Book review. Let's watch Miss Hot Mess.
Little Miss Hot Mess.
Little Miss Hot Mess. There's nothing little about him, but okay. Little Miss Hot Mess. And this is, I guess, what you would get at these drag stories. Because I'm always like, a drag story hour is that it's not like they're actually getting up on kids and grinding and all that kind of stuff. They're just reading a story in their drag.
Which makes even less sense to me. Like, why dress up in the drag uniform? What's the point?
Well,
to desensitize.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
well, that's true,
Desensitize.
yeah.
It's like
Right,
a
but what's
stepping
the-
stone.
I guess, yeah, that's literally it. Like, there's no mask in it. Like, that's quite literally what they're doing.
Yes, right. That's
Yeah,
exactly
crazy.
what they're doing, and these guys know it. So this is Little Miss Hot Mess. After reading the book, acting out some of the scenes.
Real quick, whoever said, "Man, I need to take a shower. This Barbie trailer was so gay." Get ready.
Yeah, get ready. That's true.
The shoulders on the drag queen go shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. The shoulders on the drag queen go shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. All through the town.
All right, now Bridget, you're a lady. I think you still identify that way.
Currently still
Of
identifying.
course you do.
Can we take that off the screen, please? She's looking at me.
Yeah,
He's
that
looking at
was
me.
A little
very
creepily.
disturbing.
It's a he, William.
He's looking at me.
Actually, kind of was fascinated with this person. Person seemed kind of, in many regards, cool because he even realized how ridiculous the drag was and stuff like that. Oh, we wear too much makeup and stuff. Seemed like a normal person, except for the kid component. That's the thing, is I like have a real problem with the kid component. Just leave the damn kids out of it. Otherwise, it was kind of funny watching that video.
So this was distributed by PBS, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so...
All right, so when the
two
shimmy,
kids.
shimmy, shimmy is shaking the ladies, right? Is that not what it is, Bridget?
I would assume so.
There you go. We got a female's input on it. So that's an expert. Shaking the good stuff. I would consider that to be sexualized, right?
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, there's no even fake cleavage shown there, thankfully. But, like, normally, yeah, I'm sure that would be.
I think I got to push back on that a little bit. I don't think that it is just for like shaking cleavage or boobs or whatever, because like it's a really big thing in musicals too when it comes to different kinds of dance. Because I know that I had to do it a bunch for school, and it wasn't.
just swish,
I
swish,
have
swish.
no boobs to shake, so
That's actually a decent point, yeah.
But-
I
but-
don't think
I
that's
mean,
what they're doing it for.
yeah.
I don't think so either. I can't rationalize it.
I think it is
Can't
that
imagine
kind of
it's
gray
innocent,
area.
Just dance move.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's overly sexualized here, but I think it's just that's what they're doing is they're desensitizing to it, and that's just the author. Who knows what they're going to do here at the story hour? And this is called, what's it called, William? Chaska's Little Roos Boutique. Is that what they call it?
Yeah. Yep.
So is this the second one they've done? Did they already do
this
one
is the
previously?
So this is the first one supposedly, and they plan to do more.
Oh.
But they put it up like 2 months in advance, and someone, I think from Chaska, who's one of our supporters, alerted us to this.
Yeah.
And it's only getting media coverage now, so we were first. Just got to say it.
Event will be held 11 a.m. on Saturday, July 8th at Little Roos in Chaska. We might have to send Mega Jesse down there undercover. Actually, what are you doing on Saturday? Can you do that?
Let me check my schedule.
Okay.
Saturday, July 8th.
You're not needed till like 6:30.
Yeah,
No,
what
but we
do-
have an itinerary for the day with my.
What
with my
does the
groomsmen.
groom do
Yeah.
before, like, standing at the thing? Because I watched The Office. That I've never been to a wedding. That's the only.
I told that to Kirsten. She's like, he's never been to a
Wow,
wedding
yeah,
before.
that's kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
Is
Yeah.
it? I mean,
Yeah, I've never been.
the closest I've ever gotten was watching the Office episode of the wedding. So as far as I know, the groom is just supposed to cut his tie and then he goes stand up on stage.
Cut the tie.
Wait, what?
Because
No, that's in the office. That hasn't.
yeah, that's why I'm confused. So what do you have to? What do
No, that was because her dress got ripped, and so he cuts his tie so that he also doesn't have a perfect outfit.
Right. Yeah.
No, that's not a wedding tradition.
Okay. All right.
Oh man.
Well, so the bride is like spending the whole day getting ready, doing nails, hair, makeup, all that stuff with her bridesmaids.
Yes.
Guys don't do that stuff, so we're just getting together for lunch.
That was
Unless
very
you're a
non-woke
drag
of you
queen.
there, William. You guys have every right to do that.
I don't think I have any they thems.
Okay, no they thems.
Her, she.
Will
hers
you put the
in my-
pronouns in the wedding brochure bulletin?
I'll put your pronouns on your seating chart just so you know and you're not
You should
offended.
really do that. Oh my God. Yeah, and especially since you told me who I'm sitting by, that would be exceptional. Although I would imagine one of the guys at the table would do that himself. That would be his thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so go back to your itinerary because I'm actually kind of curious now. What is the itinerary for you?
For the guys?
Yeah, during hair and nail time.
So if you look at, I should have brought a copy in, but apparently at
itinerary.
9:15 I'm supposed to sleep in, according to the itinerary.
But hold on, at 9:15 you're still sleeping, or at 9:15 you're waking up?
I'm sleeping in.
But what does that mean?
So I don't meet the guys. Actually, I changed the itinerary a little bit because it didn't make sense. So
How
I think
dare you?
I'm meeting.
Under what
I'm meeting the
authority there,
boys-
William?
I'm meeting the boys in St. Paul for lunch at noon.
All right, so he's free. He's free at 11 a.m.
I have like half an hour probably.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. So then you got lunch with the boys, and then you just hang out with the groomsmen.
Yep, and then at 3:00 we're going over to my dad's place, getting changed into our tuxes. We're not doing tuxes, suits, I should say. And then
You're
we're
not
going
going to be
over-
sporting a tux? You're just a suit?
No, suit.
That's kind of a trendy thing, isn't it, nowadays?
Yeah, I don't really
So
like
I've been
tuxes that
told.
much.
Yeah, they are a little overrated, aren't
Yeah.
they?
I don't like
Yeah.
tuxes. No.
Okay, so, and then, well, I guess we don't need to tell the rest of the details. We
Tucker
don't
says,
want...
should the chat show up to Will's wedding and identify as invited?
You know what? If you guys are in the area and you say you're from the show, I'll find a spot for you. That's funny.
Are you serious? You do that? Do you
Better
dare,
watch out,
do
Tucker
you
will
dare
be
tell
there.
them where
If
this
you
is
can
at?
figure it out, if you can
There you
figure out
go.
where it is.
If you can find out where this magical wedding's happening on Saturday, there is a spot. William said, "Oh my God, your wife is gonna kill you. Your wife to be is gonna kill you."
Well, she has a surprise friend showing up, so I feel
Does
like
she? What does that mean? What does a surprise friend mean?
Well, we just got
Like
someone's
surprise,
RSVP.
I'm your friend. What does that?
No,
Have
like
you ever
one
heard
of
the
her-
joke about what's similar between your first and your last birthday? Have you ever heard this one?
Yeah.
It's a room full of people you don't recognize, and everyone tells you
Oh, I have heard this.
they're your friends.
Yeah, I have heard that one. I
It's a
think.
good one. I don't remember who told that one, but so what's the surprise friend? I don't
Well,
understand.
no, like one of her friends like sent the RSVP late. Like we just
Oh,
got
that's
it
the
yesterday.
late person?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
after
got
we
it.
already sent her numbers in and all that. But like we built into that. Like we expected a few extra people to come probably.
Now, since Dawson's only seen references to, I mean, you've seen a gazillion movies. I don't understand why The Office stands out, but can I play Michael Scott in this wedding?
So Maya told me specifically that you're not allowed to
Really?
give a speech.
I can't give a speech?
Well, also, that's partially a joke, but also we are on a strict timeline. So.
Oh no, I didn't make the timeline. What about Kleenex box shoes? Didn't Michael Scott have to do that?
That was Kevin.
Oh,
Oh, that was
gosh.
Kevin. That's right. Yep.
Because they destroyed his shoes.
Oh my God.
I have a really quick funny thing to
Sure.
show. Just this video that we have up. The next video in your recommended is the autism simulator. I don't know if that's related at all, but I think that's really funny.
That went over my head there.
You know, see what I'm
Autism-
talking about? The next up video that would play is an autism simulator video. You know,
Okay.
just screw it. I won't talk anymore.
I'm
Are you saying
not
if we
seeing the
watch-
connection here.
Are you
What?
saying if we watch this video, we're autistic? Or?
That's what YouTube is saying, not me.
Oh.
that we would
don't
have
have to
joint
talk
interest
anymore.
in that? I mean,
I think
guess it's a little
I
weird.
actually think it puts up recommended videos for you generally, Dawson. So
Yeah, so
I
why
think
do
that
you
says
watch
more
those
about
things?
your?
Well,
Your
to be,
viewer history.
this is my work one, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
And we're
Yeah.
not making fun of people with autism by any means.
No, they're making
By the
fun of
way.
me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I also wanted to make sure we put the drag one on his computer, so now it's going to show him those videos all the time.
Yeah, just play it over and over again a bunch of times. I want to see what comes up in the future.
I'll put it on loop.
All right, let's talk. So tell me about this, William. Weren't you the one that emailed this to us or texted us this, that Trump might get off?
I
on
actually
this?
text most of our breaking headlines.
Yeah.
Not to brag.
Yeah, you
but
do. Yeah. Well, we got enough people out there looking for stuff. You know,
That's true. Yeah.
the Ravens are always providing information. Good thing we got those Ravens. But this is so. What's going on here? Let's talk about
Yes,
it.
the Federalist article.
They did
So-
something about it.
I only read the headline, unfortunately, so I don't know what this.
Well, what the heck
alleged
are we?
misconduct-
Just the regular fake news here? We just read the headline. I read the story.
Oh well, you take it away because I know that the DOJ
Gotta do
very
everything
well
around
could
here.
have their case against Trump dismissed because of the alleged misconduct.
Here's what I understand. This is lost in the breathless headlines over the indictment of President Trump, which, of course, that's all that William reads, apparently. For alleged violations of the Espionage Act is a story that deserves much more attention than it has received thus far. By the way, I haven't read this story. I read the link you sent me, which is more obscure. So this one's editorializing quite a bit. I kind
I
of like
sent
it.
a tweet. What'd you read?
Whatever you sent to me was not the Federalist.
I sent a tweet.
Well, the tweet had a link on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I clicked
Gotcha.
on. I actually clicked on the link. See, there you go. You just read the tweet. The allegation that a senior official at the Department of Justice attempted to shake down Trump's co-defendant's lawyer. It is a scandal in the making that could result in the investigation of senior DOJ officials, which should lead to public congressional hearings, and that might even result in the entire case against Trump being dismissed. Now, isn't that interesting? By the way, and I see a lot of people have watched the video, and I've gotten some great feedback on it, but we broke last Friday, or told you last Friday, that CNN was completely lying about this Trump, smoking gun. It was a complete lie, right? The leaked audio had nothing to do with the charge. So this whole thing stinks. Trump's co-defendant is Walt Nada, a Navy valet who served in Trump's White House and who remained a personal aide to Trump after he left office. Several weeks ago, Nada's lawyer, a distinguished, highly regarded Washington attorney named Stanley Woodward, leveled accusations against senior members of the Department of Justice, including DOJ counterintelligence chief Jay Bratt, who is now part of special counsel Jack Smith's team of prosecutors. According to news reports, Woodward claimed in a sealed letter to the district Chief Judge James Boasberg that in a meeting to discuss Nada's case, Bratt indicated that Woodward's application to be a D.C. Superior Court judge could be impacted if he could not get Nada to testify against Trump.
Little quid pro quo there.
And this is interesting. Why on earth would Woodward lie? Oh, here
Right.
it goes. Basically, it says, if true, and I see no reason why Woodward would make such a threat up, and especially no reason why Woodward would risk his career by making such a representation to a federal judge, Bratt's alleged misconduct could result in heavy sanction and is a potential ground for dismissal of the entire case against Nada and Trump. Depending on what exactly was said, Bratt could even face criminal prosecution himself. I think that sounds like a quid pro quo, doesn't it? It's like, you give us this guy and that's actually worse. You don't give us this guy and your judgeship or your chance to be a judge is going to be kiboshed.
I think it just goes to show how highly politicized this thing is.
Exactly.
And if Trump gets off of this is the biggest case they have against him, I think. If that's dismissed, he's home free. I think he sprints through the presidency.
Yeah, because I think when you look about the Georgia case, it's you can definitely construe him meaning many different things. Of course, he alleges this is what he meant by it. Find me the votes. So they exist. It's not go manufacture votes. It's find where this fraud exists. I think that's basically the defense he's...
Well, the Georgia one just doesn't seem serious to me. And the jury pool's already being tampered with. So
That's
it's
right.
just weird stuff.
What's the fourth one? I always forget about the fourth one. There's 4. So we obviously know New York, which is a ridiculous one. The second one, I agree, is probably the more damning one. Although it sounds more damning. I don't know if it actually is. 3,
Yeah.
Georgia. What's the fourth one? Why am I forgetting
I
this?
didn't know there was
I
a
don't
fourth
know.
You guys in the comment section, let us know if we're forgetting the fourth one. There's at least 4. And then, of course, you had the civil case, which has already been decided. Of course, they're appealing it, but $5 million to that loony lady. God, she's such a loon.
Well, now Trump's suing her back for also defamation.
Well, probably should.
Yeah.
In cases of flagrant prosecutorial misconduct, courts have the discretion to dismiss indictments altogether. If Woodward's claims are proven, U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon would be well within her rights to consider dismissal here. The conduct claimed is perhaps unprecedented and certainly flagrant, amounting to nothing less than an effort by a high-ranking DOJ official to deprive a defendant of his Sixth Amendment right to counsel through inappropriate and potentially unlawful acts. Yeah, and once again, another great point. You know, they're trying to get him not to be represented, just trying to get him to turn on Donald Trump. And that's what seems to be what's happening is everyone wants to turn against Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. Like, it's tough. Listen, we understand what it's like. We got the government coming after us, the ridiculous campaign finance board and their pal over in the Attorney General's office coming after us for ridiculous claims. So I understand. A lot of people fold under the pressure. But you got to stand. See, this is the way I'm looking at the world nowadays. I think really we are starting to see good versus evil in many regards and like some pretty clear boundaries. I can't personally speak too much on Donald Trump, right? Because I just don't know. I don't know enough. I'm not intimate with the inner circle, okay? But I know the things I do know, like us, and I see the evil working against us, the cronies in government coming after us. When I see things like these violations against the First Amendment by the Biden administration, clear, right? Very clear. COVID was clear that they were on the wrong in that stuff. You know, you made a great point on our Twitter account. I saw the Lee Finke tweet.
Yeah.
And Lee Finke is basically saying that, alluding to that this was not a true story about people firing these fireworks at cops. Is that what was going on?
Yeah. Do we just want to pull that tweet
Isn't
up?
there like tons of footage?
Can you
On
pull up our
Actual
Twitter
Liberty?
account? There's a ton of footage. This is Rebecca Brandon brought this to us.
Yeah.
She does a really good job finding stories and with lots of cameras. Yeah, scroll down. It's a black background. Keep going down. Right below that. There you go. And then Lee Finke, a.k.a. Chris Finke, this rhetorical connection between fireworks and war zones is journalistic malfeasance playing into the most obvious brand of Twitter outrage. Our cities deserve better. So basically, like, undermining it. And I like what you just wrote, is they were literally shooting them at people and property, and then you write, is this deranged guy, in this deranged guy's head, referring to Lee Finke, who's a dude, law-abiding gun owners should have their guns stripped from them, but kids shooting fireworks at each other, perfectly okay.
Yeah,
Excellent
it's
point.
insane.
It's
Yeah.
good versus evil here. It's like we, good law-abiding citizens, are watching our Second Amendment rights being eroded away by people like that. Meanwhile, this kind of clear violence can't have this lawlessness is okay, and we should not be talking about it in the way that we are. It's ridiculous.
Right.
And then, of course, you get to the transgender stuff. Like, I never thought we'd be talking so much about this transgender issue, and it's just like they're sexualizing little children. And I still can't get over the fact that they're allowing young children as young as like 4 years old to get gender surgeries and hormone treatments. How is that not just utterly evil? And how about abortion, right? Another just clearly evil thing. And pedophilia, right? Another completely evil thing. All these stuff that we're facing. So it just seems to me that we're navigating this world and good versus evil is so apparent, which, as you stated in a show a couple weeks ago, is that's why you turn to God, right? You go to the church. Seems that is the direction we have to head.
Yep.
All right, let's go to some comments here.
Okay, so K-Wall just said Democrats will never address black on black crime ever.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know if that's what that was, but
The fireworks thing?
yeah.
Yeah, probably. I would assume so. I guess I don't know the details, but they're definitely shooting it at each other and at properties. And
Well, let's go back to Twitter. Let's pull up Rebecca's video. Rebecca
so
Brandon.
go at Rebs Brannon.
What is it?
At REBS.
Tucker says if someone shoots a firework
it
at
is.
you, you should
First
respond
one.
with gunfire. They are lethal weapons. I don't know if I
Certainly
fully
can be.
agree.
Seems like maybe a step too much in heightened retaliation, and the book would be thrown at you.
I don't know what I'm looking for.
Well, let's go back
This
up.
was a couple days ago, so it could be. Go to media.
Was this or okay? There you go. That one with legs. Go ahead and click on that.
Yeah, they were just, like
Go full screen.
boys, and they'd all light them up and just lob them at me. Yeah.
Well, this is talking to bystanders. This isn't the actual video.
Yeah. And they would just keep coming, and there was one person, this big guy named Cowboy. He just kept telling people where to go. Yeah, show that to me. These are what they're chucking.
Oh, that is big.
Directly at you. Yeah.
Jeez.
And Roman candles. They purposely were trying to oh, you like your flowers? So they were purposely throwing side of my sprinkler out, trying, getting them away. And they were purposely oh, we're gonna.
This is near Lake Calhoun,
Now I fear they're really
aka Badaka Makasaka.
Oh, yeah. Everything on fire.
So dumb.
People from Minnesota have no idea what I'm talking about. We have got to talk about that. The article you did yesterday on the 4th of July. Let's go back one. Let's find the video. It must be the...
No, it's further back,
Further down,
I imagine.
Okay. That
Further
looks like
back,
it could
keep
be.
Going. Could be one of those, but maybe keep going. There's like one on, what's the name of that? Oh,
that might be it.
I think that's
go
it
back
there.
up. Jeez.
Oh, jeez. They're shooting at her now.
Jeez. You know, what happens if one of those hits you? Like, I mean,
Probably
obviously
hurts.
a chance of getting burnt, right?
Well,
But-
it'll bruise you and it'll burn you a little bit too.
yeah.
I mean, depending on the severity of what they're firing, I guess.
I mean, it's definitely assault.
Those
but-
Roman candles
Yeah,
definitely
certainly
aren't
won't
anything
get
to
Roman
mess
candles.
with.
But would it be considered assault with a deadly weapon? I don't know. Because, you know, if
It's not deadly though, I don't think. Not a Roman
I
candle.
can't imagine those would be
It
deadly.
could be. Like,
Well-
if it gets you in the face, maybe?
Maybe.
No, it would blind you or something like that.
Yeah, it could
but it's
blind.
not-
I don't think
well, there
it's
you go.
deadly. At least not a Roman candle. Like depending on what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
K
Let's
Wall
go.
says an M200 will blow your hand off.
Well, yeah, definitely.
But
There's
that's
some
not-
that
I don't
would
know,
do
that's what
that, no doubt
Yeah,
about it.
like there's some,
I
but-
meant the ones that are shooting at you and then like exploding because it's just a quick flash, so it's not like I would imagine it'd be a temporary burn or like a minor burn. Go to actionforliberty.com real quick, Dawson. Let's end on this. Any other comments here before we go to this article?
Razzle Dazzle says the devil is desperate. Things will get weirder till the end of the world.
It really is. I mean,
Pretty
that's
true.
it, right? It's a, you know, a wise guy told me you have to navigate the world knowing that there is quite a bit of deception going on. That's kind of what we said at the beginning is like, should we really be paying attention to this cocaine in the White House thing? I mean, it's a funny story, and I think we should have lots of memes on that. But quite frankly, don't they want us just worrying about this little thing over here and not worrying about the stuff over here?
Mm-hmm.
Click on Minnesota Democrats spend July 4th decrying stolen land. This was fascinating to me. And thanks for putting this together there, William. So most of us celebrate Independence Day, right? Not 4th of July. Independence Day, which happens to be on the 4th of July, 1776. For those that didn't understand, the secession. It turns out our show that was pre-recorded doesn't do as well. It looks like a lot of you guys like watching us live. So But go back, watch that show if you didn't watch it, because it's a really good show. And we had a really good historian and author, Dave Benner, a friend of mine, talk about the events that led up to the secession of the British throne and what we call the Declaration of Independence Day, or Declaration of Independence. So you would think we'd all be united talking about how great America is, but no, we're being lectured by Minnesota legislators and Ben and Jerry's, as you tweeted out.
Yeah.
Like, screw Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
screw
they're
those
the
guys
worst.
big time.
Yep.
I mean, their ice cream's good, but screw those guys.
Oh, it's
And, you know,
expensive too. Like, why would you? There's so many better options.
Brian Curran, and do we remember Brian? Was that a they, or was that a...
That was a they nerd, as they say in their bio.
Brian says they nerd? Does it really say they nerd?
Those
yeah,
are
that's what
pronouns?
you pointed out. Well, it's like a nerd, something like that. You can
Okay.
click on their bio, but
Brian Curran, they. While many today celebrate freedom and independence, we must remember the freedom and independence stolen from others. We do this not to be sad, but to honor ancestors, ensure we don't repeat history, celebrate resilience and persistence. The work's not done. Does she care about the lands and the money and everything else stolen by our government? Does she care about that, like, on us too?
no,
Like,
she's part of the problem in that.
She is
regard.
part of the problem. Yeah.
Mhm.
Last I checked, she actually stealing more of our money because she increased taxes.
Yep.
They. Land of Native Americans, and if you see this whole thing, in 1776, Native Americans had the majority of America. Now, what the hell does that even mean? They had no property rights, right? There's not one nation of natives. It was a bunch of feuding tribes. Like, do they not understand history at all? Like, literally, do they not understand this? It wasn't this peaceful world over there. When one tribe came upon another tribe's hunting grounds, right, or hunting or trapping grounds, they didn't sort it out in courts. They sorted it out with bloodshed. All right? So this is the beautiful, peaceful utopia that she thinks existed beforehand. Which, by the way, how do they feel about all the trapping they did? You know,
Sorry.
if white settlers didn't settle this area, we'd still be trapping animals. Isn't that cruel? Anyhow, their consistency is ridiculous. So,
Said Brian is our local representative. I'll encourage Brian to sell their house since it's on stolen land.
Ha.
right?
No, don't sell it. Give it away to the Native Americans.
Give it.
It's their land, supposedly.
Yeah. What right do you have to sell it, Brian? You need to give it to the natives. And which natives? That's the curiosity I have. What natives? Any natives? I'm Native American, by the way.
You are?
Yeah, I was born here.
Okay.
Like, I'm native to what? I'm native to America. I'm not from any other country.
Well, yeah, was it the American Indians that were there before, or the tribe that was there that conquered them, or the
Correct.
tribe that conquered them, or who
where?
stole what? Like,
Where?
at what point do we draw the line?
Let's figure this out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we can't figure this out because they didn't have property rights. They didn't do that, right? So we have a civilization now that you can actually look into this stuff. My mom always said that we had Cherokee in our blood, but I think she did.
Oh, so you are Native American?
I don't know. It's alleged. All right. 23andMe, don't think she found native blood in us.
Oh, she did 23andMe?
I think so.
The government has your DNA.
Not mine. My mom's. You think I would do it?
Yeah.
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 Anyhow,
I'm sure the Army has your DNA.
The folklore in my mom's side of the family is there's Cherokee blood. So, yes.
Gotcha.
So, this is my land. So, get off of it, Brian. I only put that out there because I don't want to be Elizabeth Warren and be proven
Someone
differently.
just said, "Are you related to Liz Warren?" K-Wall did.
I might have more native in my blood than her. On this 4th of July, Cedric Frazier says, we should all acknowledge the painful history of our nation was born and built, then affirm our dedication to actively working toward the lofty idea of a more perfect union. Now, this is a flag without stripes. Do you understand this flag? New York Times, the false patriotism of putting our complaints aside. What is the purpose of this flag without stripes? Does it say something about it?
I didn't look into it too much. I just saw that as an anti-4th of July message.
Because the stripes, 13 original colonies. So
Right.
Well, maybe it's because we don't recognize those colonies. This wasn't their land. That's probably what it is, right? God, it's pretty easy to figure this out. Lee Finke, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught. So I think, oh no, it's not an end quote. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Happy 4th of July. What do you think Lee means by that? No idea?
I don't know
Well,
what
we
that
should reach
means.
out. Oh, wait, we can't because Lee Finke blocked us on Twitter.
I think I did mention that in the article there, that she blocked our official account, so we had to switch over.
Ben & Jerry's also tweets out basically the stolen lands thing. So, you know. And then I went in, I clicked on Ben & Jerry's, look at other things that they tweet out. Man, they are so politicized. It's crazy.
They have a Bernie Sanders flavored ice cream.
I always knew they were lefties, but I didn't know how ridiculous they are. I'm gonna put a ban on Ben & Jerry's in my house. Okay.
You've been buying Ben & Jerry's?
Somebody in the household likes it, but we gotta lay our.
If you can spend a whole Twitter Spaces ragging on me for Taylor Swift, I think I can rag on you for Ben & Jerry's.
No, why could you do that? Taylor Swift wasn't a political thing. It was just like, why do you like that music for teenage girls?
Well, because Maya was a teenage girl at one point.
There you
My
go.
fiance. Have I been saying Maya? She's a
You haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was always being careful, so
Yeah.
we didn't out your bride to be.
Oh well.
Look at him. He's just. It's that smile there. He can't get off his face.
Yeah.
2 days away.
2 days
That
ago.
is crazy.
48 hours. There you go. All right. Well, we'll in the show on the bachelor party. So bring in the drag performer for. No, I'm kidding. Let's end up with some comments here.
We had a question actually from Tucker in the very beginning for William. He says, Vivek is now only 6 points behind Meatball Ron. Any thoughts? For you, William.
I wasn't aware of this. Were you?
Yeah, I haven't seen that poll that he's referencing. I like Vivek. All right. I mean, I'm a little suspicious of him because, like, it looks like he might have some globalist ties, but.
Real Clear Politics. Let's go. Republican nomination. I'm going to put this in the show notes. Dawson. I'm going to put it on line 12. Okay, so just let's go to the Real Clear Politics because they show trends and graphs.
I will say DeSantis' campaign's been a bit disappointing.
Oh, I just had to unfollow. You know, I wanted to follow his campaign. I had to unfollow it. 2-3 emails a day. I was just like, this is ridiculous.
How do you think your supporters feel?
I don't think they care.
I'm joking.
It's just the emails. It's so spam.
Well, I get like 2 or 3 texts from the campaign a day.
Yeah. Vivek, when you look at it, Vivek's in the light blue. It must be one poll here because it looks like he's way behind.
Can you zoom in on the polling at the top there? Ramaswamy's at 5 in the Fox News poll.
Yeah, I don't know what poll he's within striking distance.
That'd be crazy if
That'd be cool.
I mean, it's clearly 3 tiers to this thing, right? You got tier 1, which is Trump, which is basically already got it. Okay, not saying that he's going to win because there's a lot of dynamics here. Tier 2 is DeSantis alone, and then tier 3 is everybody else, right? That is it. There's 3 tiers, which is crazy. So, Giuliani. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at. I was like, why is Giuliani on here? I think they're giving you this point in history. So in 2015, Jeb Bush was up by 5.8. Romney was up in 2011 by 13 points.
I didn't know they were polling Romney back then.
Yeah. Well, Romney was the nominee in 2012.
Yeah. Was he thinking about running again?
Of course.
Oh.
Everyone knew that. What else do we have here, Bridget?
Razzle Dazzle said Liberty Month, or at least some are celebrating any liberties that we have left. And that's kind of how I felt on 4th of July. I was like, so sad. Like, we can't even really celebrate liberty.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't have it.
Yeah,
really.
we need a permit to celebrate our liberty, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There was another question. Oh, yeah. Tucker said, did anyone see Trump's truth saying that Jack Smith looks like a crackhead and alleging the cocaine might be his?
I did see that. God, he's so entertaining. God, it's just so interesting, right? You know, I was thinking about this. Trump is crazy. He's literally a crazy guy, right? He's so entertaining, but you can't. I almost think you can't argue that the country was worse off with him in charge than Biden. So, like, if it becomes down to those two, you just lean on the entertainment value alone. Why not get some entertainment out of the thing? Like, you got to be crazy. You got to be a crazy leftist to say the country was not being run better under Trump, right? It was just clearly better run. Biden is screwing everything up. So,
not a lot of other questions, though. Just comments throughout the video. Oh, actually, something that was funny was when we were talking about only conservatives are being censored. I don't know if Tucker meant to say this way, but he said Dr. Scott Jensen was attacked too, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah. Yeah, he ended up having like the golden ticket because once you're a candidate, then it's hard for them to censor. That would be a big violation. But yeah, because I at the same time, Scott Jensen, let's see, 2021, he was already running for office, so he was able to continue going on in social media at a big platform. We got scrubbed off the internet. So crazy stuff. All right. Well, we will be back on Tuesday, and hopefully we can do this review for you tomorrow. So check our Rumble page. You can go to Action for Liberty, or you can go to Truth Hurts on Rumble. Also follow us on Twitter, Action_Liberty. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you on Tuesday.